TempahZone.
How's it going, everybody? Wherever you listen to this podcast right here, this is episode 105 of the TempahZone podcast with your host, me, Mayor Max, and that's all facts. And ladies and gentlemen, my special guest in the Zoom call, in the Zoom building, whatever you want to call it, yo, this dude right here, he's back on once again, ladies and gentlemen. I had to make it happen because last episode we had a real dope conversation, and I just really like what this dude got going on. You can tell he's got a game plan and make sure he wants to execute, measure twice, cut once type stuff right here. I got Josiah on the show once again.
Yes, sir.
How's it going, my dude?
Good. How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing really dope, man. I don't remember this background last time, man.
Nah. We're in different locations. We're changing it up right now. We're changing it up.
Hell yeah.
25 treating you right?
Yeah, yeah, man. It's definitely treated me right. Thank you for that, man. Yeah, yesterday was my birthday, man. Y'all. So yeah, man. Thank you. It's 25 is 25. You know what I'm saying? Keep it rolling. I feel like that age. A lot of people are just like, oh, I feel so old. What have I done with my life? Like people are like
25 still young. That's still so young.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm not that person. I'm the opposite. I like getting older. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Pride in getting older. I definitely I truly look forward to aging and being better. I feel like because every year I get older, I just get smarter. I feel like
that's facts.
More experience. That's how I see it, man. So
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. I hope others see it that way too. How old are you, by the way, man?
I'm only 20, man. I'm turning 21 in October. So it's it's about to be a little different, but
and stuff's opening back up. Stuff's opening already, but come then you'll definitely get to do the bars.
We can only hope.
Yeah, right. Yeah, shoot, man.
Right.
Honestly, you right with saying that, man. That's too funny though, man. But how things been since the last time you've been on, man? That was like back in February, so it's been almost
so a little bit. Months. Yeah, so I've just been doing me. I've been I just recently ended. We had like a little basketball season at my community college. I go to Great Bay, so I had a good semester there. Finished that up. And other than that, I've just been, head forward, trying to be as productive as possible. I still buy into that hustle culture, and I'm trying to really get in that bag. So I'll be rapping every day. Before I got COVID right now. So right before I got into quarantine, I was really getting into a groove with my schedule where I would wake up, I would find my beats in the morning. I play my basketball during the day. I fit my schoolwork in there somewhere. And then by the end of the night, I'd have something structured that I could go record. Yeah. And that was just my day. And I would just find a creative flow. And I think it was like last weekend, I just got close contacted, ended up testing positive. Luckily, by the grace of God, I didn't, get it too bad. And I was able to catch it early, but, it definitely threw me off my my course,
Yeah, I feel like people right now think they still can't get it. It's still still catch COVID. It's still out there.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But it's still a thing. Like it's still there.
No doubt. I got pump faked. See, I thought I could let my guard down a little bit. And it is what it is.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm pretty sure they've changed the quarantine. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like not 14 days, like the 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
A little shorter now. So, you gotta assume, man. But that your symptoms aren't that bad though, man. But
nah, for real.
I feel you breaking up that rhythm. It's definitely very annoying. But do you feel it's do you try to get like time to just kick it back and chill a little bit? Do you make sure to schedule that?
Yeah, I don't know how to chill. That's my thing, and it's been that way since I was young. It's just from the way life develops and stuff, and how stuff goes. Like I'm always busy, and so for me to be able to take time and kick back, the setback, the comeback's going to be even stronger. You know what I mean? For every setback, the comeback's even better. That's the only way I look at it. I got to take my time. I'm a big believer in health over wealth. And so it's like, I can put everything on pause for a little bit, because if I'm not 100%, then, something else is out of balance. I'm a Libra, so it's all about the balance. And so it's like, if I'm feeling out of whack, and I'm not 100% there, then my work's not going to be 100%, or my effort and my attitude aren't going to be 100% there. And those are my two things that I'm like, oh, I got to control those at all times, my attitude and my effort. And it's like, if I'm lacking and I'm not feeling my best, that's when those two attributes aren't their best. And those are the two things that I have going for me at all times. You know, those are the things that I think like separate me from the pack is like, oh, what I'm putting in and my attitude about it. If I have the tunnel vision, then, you know, and I have the motivation, then that's where the change comes, because through that I get consistency. But without any consistency, I feel like I'm wasting my time. So what can I do right now consistently is rest.
Yeah.
You know, like that's about it, man. That's what I've been up to this past week. I've been trying to write. I could definitely share some bars with you about you know, what I've been writing and all that, but I've been locked up, no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I only asked that because I can definitely tell you got that motor, you know, you got to keep it rolling. But I definitely think sometimes like the higher powers that be have their ways of telling us sometimes maybe you want to chill just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes
everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, the universe works in you know, crazy ways like that.
Yeah, mysterious. Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I definitely know you definitely got some bars written down. What type of vibe have you been writing to? Have you, you know, how's the
so writing? I got 3 producers in my rotation right now. And I mean, I'll share one of them just because I want you to get the vibe. And I think the most popular producer I use, his name is, it's just all caps, Tree Time on YouTube. Okay. Right. And so it's like, I've spent years of just searching. I've refined like my instrumental finding process to like these 3 producers who I now have like a personal like relationship with over social media.
That's good. Yeah.
And so the vibe that I would say that like these people curate is they use like some boom bap instruments to make trap beats. So it's almost, I don't even know how to describe it. It's got almost like a feel where it's like, oh, you hear it, it's like, oh wow, that's like a 80s like kick and snare, and like you got some like room within the beat where I can punch, where I can hit those real like punchy bars, but then I can, because the hi-hat's going so fast and there's 808s, I can also do whatever I want. I can just kind of, you know, find that's like my niche that I'm kind of getting into right now. And I'm starting to get to this point where I can kind of like set myself up. So it's like, oh, I kind of hit you with like the, like a simile, or I'll hit you with some hyperboles, right, to start you off on the verse. And then it's like, I use that to set up like a punch. And then, you know, by the second half of that verse, I'm using my speed to like kind of progress the verse. So it's like, I kind of set it up. It's like a lob to myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then once I dunk it, it's like, oh, I'm celebrating. I'm going. And yeah, that's the vibe is like very, very New York, I'd say. Cause it's all like, I do the type beats. I know people hate on the type beats, but it's like, that's like, if you do your searching, yeah, exactly. If you do your search, like if you keep doing your research, like you can find some crazy beats on the YouTube. Like you got to take advantage of it. And so it's like, I be doing the ASAP Rocky type beats. I be doing the Baby Keem type beats. Like it's just everything that it's got very, very smooth, very like, I find the vibes to be like laid back, but you could also turn up to it at the same time. And I just try to match the instrumental with my energy. And it's like, if I'm freestyling like over beats in the morning, right, and I come across something that I'm like, oh wow, this is like, okay, I can like fit into this. It's not like oh, I like got some bars to it right away. It's, oh, I can fit my voice in there. I hear exactly where it fits in. And it's as soon as I do that, that's when I'm like, okay, let's sit down, like let's come up with the idea, like let's, you know, hook it, and then like I'll construct my verses. And that's kind of that. Yeah,
man. I think
I've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I love what you say there about just making sure like your voice fits on it, because like, yeah, as artists, we can write to just about anything. Like if honestly, no doubt. But there's certain beats that just hit and feel a certain way that just, but it's like, nah, like my voice will fit perfectly on that. That's what, and some people are really good at finding them. Some people aren't. And it's good that you're able to spot those out and make sure you choose correctly. Cause it's just so important to have good beat selection as an artist, man.
Of course.
Because some artists are great rappers, but they just rap over terrible beats. It's
no doubt.
They're just not good enough beats. So it's good that you're keeping your eye open on that. And I never understood the hate on type beats. People don't like the whole type beat thing. I never understood it. It's
people don't like it. People don't like it. They're like, what are you doing? Like, it's like, what? That's a whole market. That's a whole. Yeah. That's a whole. People put their whole lives on their YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta respect it. Yeah. The way I look at it, is to be a good shooter in basketball, you gotta have good shot selection. Mm-hmm. So to be a good rapper, you gotta have good beat selection. Yeah. And not even to say that I'm a rapper, to be a good artist, you know what I mean? To be a good producer and to be a good MC, whatever it is you're doing, you know, you gotta. Everything that you're choosing, like that's all you, that's your brand. It's like whenever I'm like, oh, my voice fits into that beat, something subconsciously switches where it's like, oh, that's no longer that person's beat. That's my beat. Yeah. Like, that's a Josiah beat, you know? And it's like, I didn't make it, but shit.
Yeah, it fits right, man. No. That's some real stuff, man. But I'm definitely looking forward to what you got there though, man. I know you spit some stuff recently though. You participated in this rap challenge. It was
shout out Hum Beats. Yeah, in the air freestyle. Shout out Hum Beats. Yeah, out of Boston. Beats, yeah. So I was just.
What made you want to do that?
Scrolling, man. I was just scrolling. And he came up on my timeline, and I saw it, and I was like, you know, like I've been really going in with this freestyle and stuff. Like, I actually did that while I was sick. Like while I was like just starting to get sick too. Yeah. And so I was like, I was getting so frustrated because I like couldn't. Mentally, I like wasn't there, so I had to like really like lock in, like, and the amount of support that I got was resounding. Like normally, like I feel like my like support that's behind me is usually not that large because it's people that aren't around me. Like no one wants to see someone from the same area as you. Like I think we might have even touched on this the last time we spoke was no one that is around you in the same area wants to see the same environment that produced them produce something better. Yeah. And so it's like, and that's not to say like, oh, I'm better than anyone, but to see the support that I have of all these people, you know, behind me, like to see them, want me to succeed. That was a nice change. You know, like I got a bunch of comments. I got a bunch of likes and, you know, I didn't end up making it to the finals. I didn't end up getting the selection from Hum, you know, and there's no hard feelings. We've spoken since, you know, the selection of the winner. But the thing that, you know, stood out to me the most was I had more likes than anyone. Yeah. And I had more comments. I had more of them emoji comments, more people commenting on my post than the winner. You know,
that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
So that's what I said. My response to that was, well, you know, this is just a challenge that I did. If I can get this same group of people to go to a streaming platform when I release a mixtape, then that's all I need. Like that was really all that I was trying to accomplish with that video was, hey, I'm here. I don't just play basketball, yo. I do this too, and it's not just behind a microphone. Like I can do it in front of you, and I mean
raw shit.
yeah, and so it's like the next. I'd say the things that have like kind of helped me like develop that confidence has been like being able to perform on the court. The Bars Over Bars and DJ Alcide, shout out both of them. Hero the MC. They've given me countless opportunities, yo, like where I've been able to put myself out there. And through these experiences of putting myself out there, I'm able to kind of, exactly. And I'm able to get the muscle memory, like of, okay, like this is time like for me to like rap. And it's like almost like a elevated state, yo, that I get into. It's like before a basketball game, I have to get in my zone. I got to warm up. I got to sit down. I got to pregame. I got to think about, okay, like, what am I about to do these next 40 minutes? And so now it's like every time I'm about to rap, I treat it the exact same way.
Yeah. You gotta approach rap with that type of seriousness and that type of preparation. It does seem like something you can just do out of nowhere, but behind the scenes, you gotta really put in that practice, man. Like this rap shit.
Words are powerful.
Yeah, words are powerful.
Words are powerful.
So if you can word that shit correctly and do it right and say it with the conviction that it needs, man, that shit travels. The power of words and the power of putting that stuff together properly is just it can really blow people's minds, man.
Yeah,
reasons
it
why
can move people.
Exactly. So the reason why that I Have a Dream speech by Martin Luther King is just still so prominent. It's the way he worded it. It's the way it's done. It's the repetition, the way he enunciates and all that stuff. It's definitely something important, man. Another thing that's important, I definitely want to ask you, but just how important do you think it is for artists to participate in challenges like these? Because I feel like sometimes artists feel like they may be better than these things or they don't need to do it. What would you say to that?
So there's a J. Cole song that just came out.
Yep.
And it's Pride is the Devil.
Yeah.
And so I think that our biggest challenge right now that we face in New England is the fact that everyone is just too much. Pride, I mean, I know you saw. No, that song is crazy. Sounds crazy. Yeah. The Pablo and Blanco.
Yeah.
Millie Z, Davies. I saw Millie Z tweet. I saw him tweet that he got more support from New York rappers than Boston rappers. That's one of the biggest. That's one of the biggest projects that I've seen come out of Boston. You know, like Davies, like he was an XXL. He was an XXL freshman. You know, and like that's like something like I'm like, oh man, wouldn't that be crazy one day? Like and so it's like, I think that artists, especially in New England, because Boston does such a good job of making these like celebrities where it's like, oh, you like are a celebrity here and we're going to keep you here. Like we're going to continue to pay you like to keep you here. Like,
absolutely.
And I think that through that, we're creating almost like a little bit of like a toxic culture. I almost think like we need to come more together as a community. And like you said, these challenges, these collaborations, all these local artists that we have, all these people claiming to be local artists. Like we can't have too much pride in our own work. We can't have too large of an ego to be beyond ourselves. We got to remember, hey, like this is the Bean. This is the greater Boston area. Like this is us. Right. And it's like, there's so much more outside of us. Yeah. And I think sometimes we forget that. I think sometimes we think that we're everything and we're like, oh, we got it going on. When in reality, it's like, we only got each other. We're the ones trying to support each other and we're all trying to get ahead. So why not pull everyone along with us? Like, I think that Humbeast is doing a great job of bringing the community together. And no, for real, shout out to him because, he said he's going to continue to do this again. And he's given artists his platform. You don't really realize it, but it's like, he's giving artists his platform now. And it's like, it's the same thing with your podcast. It's like, you're giving myself your platform to talk. You know what I mean? And so it's like, we need more people like him, like you, like to, bring this community together and, to progress and, push the culture forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I mean, I was going to mention that, to be honest with you, but like, it's the main reason why I started this platform is because like, I just feel like, I was like, what can I do to bring this New England community together more so? And I was like, well, let me just start the podcast. And obviously I benefit from this in other ways too. But one way I am able to is that I'm able to show people the artists that I know and I see and that I like and spread the word about them. Whatever reason why people might think I do this, trust me, this shit's a lot of work to just do this for my own personal gain. Like I truly in this to big up other artists, to give other artists a platform. And I like doing podcasts myself. I love podcasts. So like, this is nothing to me. So I definitely want to just mention that. But yeah, man, I think, pride is something that I think a lot of artists just hold on to too strongly. And it doesn't progress you at all. It just causes more toxicity.
You gotta believe in yourself like that. You gotta always think of yourself as, oh, I'm gonna be the best. Like I am the best. You always have to have that mindset. You always have to have that ambition. But to say that no one's gonna help me, to say that like to have that like kind of like I don't exactly that's what I'm talking about. Like that right there is like, you got to remember that iron sharpens iron, buddy. Like,
yeah, bro.
You know,
I mean, some of my best moments with music is when I had to work with someone or some people who were on the top of their shit. I'm like, oh man, I gotta write some fire shit, or else like I'm gonna get toasted. So it's like,
exactly,
yeah, it brings the best out of you, man. It truly does. And if you don't look at it that way, you just have a insecurity that you got to work out. Just not to put it in any blunt way, but I gotta. Yeah, man. So it is what it is with that, though, man. I want to ask you though, man, just about everything you've been doing. It seems like you have heard good things on how to move doing the music stuff. What's some of the best advice or one of the best pieces of advice that you've received so far as an artist?
The very first thing that pops in my head was at my very first Bars Over Bars show, actually. And I was at Crispy Clean Kicks. We were at Haverhill. Shout out to them. That was my first time rapping in front of an audience, like since I was in high school, and when I was in high school, I was like doing some like nothing major, and the music wasn't good. Like that was like my first like real taste of like what it is. Now it's like, oh, I'm serious. It's like, I'm like trying to develop as an artist. It's like, so I got through with my set, and I think it was Hero who came up to me. He was like, yo, you don't need to rap over your backing vocals.
Yo, shout out to Hero, man. I love it. I love that he's adamant about that, because that's some it's some real shit though. Yeah, it's some real shit. That was the only time I did it. That was the only time I did it. And now it's like I might keep like some of the hook. I might keep some of like the ad-libs. Okay. That's okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But now it's like,
vocal.
My verses. Yep. That's all me. Like if you go to my Midway Cafe performance, that's all me. And it's like that feeling of like afterwards where I'm like, whoa, like that was all me. Like I didn't have any backing. It's a different feeling. And it definitely, no doubt, definitely comes across different to the audience as well. Definitely a more renowned connection, it's more full circle, because it's like, oh, they're really hearing me. And so I would say that's some of the best advice I've gotten. Some other advice I've gotten, I don't even know, man. I've had a lot of yes men. I've had to deal with that a lot.
Comes with this territory though, and people are afraid to tell artists the truth.
It is what it is. I've luckily started to kind of separate myself from that pack. I've gotten into that mindset of like iron sharpens iron. Like I need to surround myself with people that are only going to better me. I've been actually looking for a whole bunch of like guidance, because I've been going real in on this mixtape, and I've been trying to really curate like a sound like that in a way represents Boston. So I've been hitting up, countless artists like, hey, like, could I get your advice on this? Can I get some, just trying to spark conversation and like get like a dime or 2 cents. If I can get 2 cents from, 50 artists, I got $1. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, everyone got too much pride, man. Like that's why I say shout out to Hero, because Hero is so selfless. Like he really he's like so big on the free shows. The artists perform for free. You know what I'm saying? It's like
puts a lot of work to do.
He gives out the gems too. Yeah. So that's definitely the best advice I've gotten, man. Yeah, no doubt.
What's sad about the whole rapping over your like actual song is that like big name artists do it like all the time. Yeah. All the time you see big name rappers do it, and it's like, who doesn't mind this? Like there's people who watch this performance and say like they don't even like nudge at the fact that they're just straight rapping over the song, and it's just like, you can get away with it, but then like certain artists are gonna be like, yo, what the hell is this? Like, and understandably so, because it's like, man, like. Just rap the song, like it's your song, right? Like the lyrics, right? Backing vocals, right? It just it's a little crazy.
I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. See, I think that every artist is entitled to however they want to express themselves.
Yeah,
it's like totally up to you. At the end of the day, though, there's no doubt about it that when you hear someone rapping into the microphone, like, you know, and it's right in front of you, that you feel that energy, like it's all energy. Yeah. And so it's like, if you're seeing it right in front of you and you're seeing someone project that right in front of you, you're going to feel it more. You're going to feel it more than if it's just a recording. Like it's just how it goes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's why, like, man, like whenever I performed and I've been able to, I'm thinking more so back in the day, like I've had songs where like, yeah, like, you know, like I go like 6 seconds where I rap really fast and I don't breathe. Crowd goes crazy because they hear me actually doing it and I'm doing it in front of them. It's that type of thing you're talking about. It's like they feel the energy. They really doing it. Like that shit goes super far. Like, even if you perform at auto-tune, at least you're still doing that live in front of them. Like it goes both ways. It's just about actually doing it in front of them. That's all.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think it comes down to just, you know, I think it's done just because I think there's just this level of perfection that needs to be reached. And so they're just like, well, if we just play the song behind them, it's less likely people can spot out mistakes. I don't know what's the reason.
To each their own.
Yeah. But to each their own. Yeah. Absolutely, man. I feel you on that, man. You know, Josiah, you seem like someone that has their shit together in terms of just, you know, what they want to do and how they want to get stuff done, man. But obviously, we're human beings. We deal with shit, go through shit. We got, you know, balance things out. So what are some ways that you've been managing your mental health, you know, through all these months and just stuff going on?
Yeah, no doubt. I'd say my biggest thing is I actually recently took up coaching basketball. I recently started. That changed my life. Yo, like I recently like this place is called the Hoops Lab, and it just opened in the seacoast in New Hampshire, you know, right where I live. And I was able to befriend the owner, and he was actually able to give me the opportunity to start, you know, my coaching career. And I've been training and working with, you know, some older elementary kids and then some younger middle school kids. We're just working on skill development and stuff. And it's like through seeing the amount of, you know, respect that they had for me, like while I'm teaching them, that brought me back like to when I was their age. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I remember all my coaches when I was, you know, that age. Like these people are going to remember me for the rest of their lives. Like I have to like now think about how I go about acting in front of them. I gotta, you know, I'm humbled by it, but I gotta think about, you know, what is this character that I'm portraying at all times? You know, yes, like there's like Alex Tavares, and it's like, yes, there's like Josiah, like I'm one person. And it's like, I gotta like at all times be moving, like, you know, with that head on. Like I gotta always, you know, have my creative mind on, my business mind on, and my like real life, you know, everyday, whatever going on.
Yeah.
So it's like to like be around, you know, like kids again and to like play basketball with them is keeping me young. It's like I just started playing video games again. Like it's starting to like get me into this mindset where I'm able to find new inspirations and new motivations because of it, and have different creative processes. And I would say that it's opening my mind to just different ways of seeing things and seeing problems. And through teaching them, I also get better.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it really is full circle. And that in itself, like I was doing that like for the past like 3 months, like since, before I got, you know, sick. And so that definitely, since the last time we spoke, has been improving my mental health tremendously. Like just putting myself out there, and then for it to be, you know, accepted by these people and to hear like, oh, like we love your coaching style. And that in itself is awesome.
Yeah, bro.
Some of the other stuff I've been doing, I write, like, that's just my vice, yo. Of course, and it's like, I'll be about to go to bed, and I'll just be like, oh, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of the lion. Realize, and you be lying. Like, it's just like in my head. Like, I'm like, oh, I gotta write that down. Like, that was like one that just like came to my head. And I'm just like, what? Okay, gotta write it down. And if I'm starting to feel some type of way, I just gotta write about how I'm feeling. Yeah. And it's like, okay, now it's like I have it in front of me. I have a better understanding of how I'm feeling. Like, I now have an instrumental that reflects how I'm feeling. And it's like, by like putting myself into that like whole like creative process, that I'm then able to expunge the feeling. I'm able to leave the feeling in the song. And it's like, through that, I'm able to make a better quality song. And then I'm also able to feel better about the feeling. And then it's like, whenever I feel that feeling again, I can go back to it. And it really is like, that's like almost touching on like where music stands in my life. That kind of gives you a good representation of how closely I hold, this shit to my heart, And it's like, that's just how I go about my business every day. Like, if there's something that I see, like, I gotta write it down. I think I have over like 700 pages of notes. Damn. just in my phone.
Yeah.
And I've only had this phone for like a couple years, like that's only like 2 years of being like 3 years of taking it seriously on this phone.
Yeah, man. That's a
lot of writing.
Yeah, it's important, man. Whenever that idea comes in your head, whether it's a line, whether it's a couple words or a whole verse or a whole song, write that shit down, put it down. If you got that melody in your head, record it on your recorder.
That's one that I need to do. Yeah.
Like, fam, I that shit is super important because creativity is not planned. Like, for most people, like sometimes that shit just pops up out of nowhere, like those eureka moments. So I can't stress enough that, for artists to be aware of it. Cause sometimes artists do these things and they don't realize like they're clearing the mind. Like, but sometimes you gotta be aware, like, oh shit, I thought that, let me write it down. Like, I'm not going to remember that. So it's good that you're aware of like, oh, let me write that down. Like, oh, let me do that. And cause I think a lot of times, like, you have these ideas that keep slipping your brain. It's like you might forget that great idea. Like, that great idea.
No, yeah.
So make sure you put it in stone. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
Long story short, man, basketball and music.
Yeah, man.
That's my shit. That keeps my head straight. Like, I got the music for my mental and emotional, and then I got basketball for my physical and my mental. Like, it all like kind of like is my mind, body, and soul.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Basketball is definitely just sports in general, just being athletic. That's just, I'd advocate anybody to just find a way to stay active, whatever, whether especially it's taking a walk anxious, or doing CrossFit, like get it going, work, get the body moving. It's extremely important, man. And I like to hear that you're coaching, you're doing something new, because I feel like bringing on change and trying new things is just another way to spark the brain. It's another way to look at things. I started a job in December, and I've completely looked at things differently. I've completely changed the way I've gone about things prior to this job, because it's something new. It's something different. Yeah. It's always you can never close the door on certain things. Sometimes you just gotta try stuff new, and it will spark something. It might even help you out. Seriously.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man. How long have you been playing basketball for, though?
Since I was like in first grade, man.
Yeah. So you've just been.
I've been playing basketball. I tried all the sports in elementary school, but then like I just kind of like saw myself kind of separate from the pack in basketball. I went to Portsmouth High School, and I played varsity all 4 years of my time there. And in that time, I scored 1,000 points, and we won 3 state championships.
God damn, man.
Yeah. And then I went to Plymouth State, and I was going to play there. I ended up breaking my leg, spiral fracture of my fibula, right?
God damn.
So I missed out on my freshman year of basketball. And then it was like, so ready, first semester of my college career, I broke my leg. Second semester got cut short because of COVID. And then, so I moved home. It was like 2 spring breaks ago, I just moved home. I was like, yo, we're not going back to school. Like, I already know we're not going back to school.
Yeah.
And so I took the fall semester off, and everyone was like, oh my God, Alex is dropping out. Oh my God. Like, and I'm just like, dog, like the world is ending. Like, you know what I mean? I was freaking out. And so then I ended up, realizing, okay, maybe, I could still do this school thing. And I found a place at Great Bay, and their coaching staff has been very, very accepting of me. And all my teammates, have taken me in, as one of their own. And, from there, I still have all 4 years of my NCAA eligibility. So, at any point in time, like if I get like something on the table where it's like, oh, I want to play, at any division higher than the community college level, like I could still do that. But for right now, like I'm just trying to, stay close to home because the campus is right next to my house. Yeah. And so that means that, I can go to practice, and still be home for my family. And, I live with a single mother. And so it's like, I just, like to, be there for my younger brother. And, I like to hold it down in a sense.
Yeah, no, I mean, the priorities always come first. So you got to make sure to handle that before you take on everything else, man.
Yeah.
I think that's cool, man. I didn't know you had all that history with basketball. I mean,
it
makes sense though. It makes sense, man. Because I could tell when I was first talking to, I was like, oh, he balls up. I was like, I could just assume, but hearing you talk about it, like, man, okay, you really about it.
I do my thing.
You don't start basketball at the age of 12. Like basketball is something you start very, very young. I don't know.
Yeah.
Started late too,
the thing that I think makes basketball so different is it's like you are going 1,000,000 miles an hour. You're going full speed. You got to go as fast as you can because you got to get past this person. You got to get past him. And then at the very last second, the very last moment, you got to have the touch, put it in. You got to have that softness and you got to have that finesse. Exactly. And so it's a total balance of 2 worlds of like strength and speed and then also precision and accuracy. And it's like that like perfect like sport in my mind.
No, same here, man. No, I love football and I love soccer, but basketball is numero uno. Like in terms of watching it and like the athleticism, like the shit you see in basketball. It's like, come on now, But that's just my bias speaking.
The thing that I like the most about it is how much you have to put on the line. I think the only other sport you put more on the line, and by that I mean like your ego, your heart, your effort, your attitude, is fighting. Like fighting is the only sport that's more ultimate than basketball because it's like you could get exposed on a basketball play, you could get crossed up, you could get dunked on. You still got to come down the court and you got to score on your defender. Like you got to now come down and prove yourself.
And it's less people, so it's just like a lot more tension and stuff.
Fighting is the only thing that I think is more like ultimate because it's like you got to get knocked out and then you got to fight again. Like that's the only thing. Like those are like the 2 like ultimate sports to me.
No. I feel that, man. No, definitely. I mean, before we got on, I was watching the C's game just to let you know, but Celtics fan? Or is that?
I am a Celtics fan. Okay. I like the Celtics. Know.
I've met some people sometimes, outside of Boston, and I'm like, you're a Lakers fan? You're a Bulls fan? Like, how? Like you know what I mean? Like I get that.
I rock with my C's. I rock with the Celtics.
Yeah, but like Celtics got history. Like how you from Boston and not a Celtics fan if you like basketball? That one always, it's like
I'm a little worried about him right now. I'm a little worried right now.
I've been.
I'm a little worried right now.
As soon as we match up with the Nets, I was like, oh God, but what are you gonna do? What you gonna do about it? But we'll see what happens with that though, man.
Right.
Let's get back to a little bit more of a music talk. Not even just a music talk, but just like on some independent stuff, man. We're both entrepreneurs, you know what I mean? And the word gets used a lot though. It's almost feel like it's been oversaturated, overused. Do you think you have to be an entrepreneur in order to be great, in order to achieve that success? Like, what do you think of the term?
I think that everyone should try to find that entrepreneur in them. I think that I don't know if there's too much. I don't know if there could be too much entrepreneur because, in a way, like, I feel like our country is like kind of built on that. I feel like you have to be able to be innovative, and you always got to be pushing, and you always got to be thinking, how can we do this better? Like, I think it's almost, see, this is one of the things that I get the most heated about is people say that artists are non-essential. Like it's non-essential work. Do you know what? Have you ever heard that?
Oh yeah.
So in that, I think that is some of the most like out of this, like not even true, like you can't even make that statement because of the fact that every single artist is an entrepreneur. Every single artist is pushing and changing, and every single artist is in a way contributing to making the human race as a whole more sophisticated or at least trying to, right? Like everyone's trying to do that. And so it's like for people to ever like discredit the artists and for people to take away the amount of work, take away from the amount of work that they put into their craft, that's where I'm like, okay, now you have it all, misconstrued. Now you have it all messed up. The entrepreneur should be someone that is, like I said, pushing it, someone that is changing the game. And I think everyone wants to change the game at the end of the day. Do I think there's too many entrepreneurs? No. Do I think there's too many people claiming to be an entrepreneur? No, because I think that through so many people trying to become an entrepreneur, that's where we're going to get a couple of those greats. And I think that entrepreneurs push other entrepreneurs. And I think, it's all about, the community coming together. New England's got to come together. And, if we're starting to develop this mindset that being an entrepreneur means you do it all by yourself, I think that's wrong. I think that's not true. I don't think you can do that. I think, some of the best, business models are based on partnerships. And so it's like, it's all about coming together behind
the scenes or in front of the scenes. Yeah.
Right. It's all about coming together and, pushing, like I keep reiterating, like pushing the norm and changing the culture. And it's all about how we can innovate society.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. Man. I really asked that question just because, like, you see people call themselves an influencer, you see people call themselves like content creator, you see people call themselves entrepreneurs, and I feel like a lot of times, from certain people's perspectives, they look at you and they think you're not humble, you have ego, you're narcissist. Like you see people judge you a certain way when you use those words. It almost makes you wonder if it's something inside them why they feel that way about people. But those words definitely feel, because I think when people say you're an entrepreneur, that means I'm rich or like I make money. Like there's certain connotations.
Or all I want is money.
Yeah, all I want is money. Yeah. Like I do everything myself. Like you were saying, like it definitely, I feel like it's gotten to this point where there's certain connotations to the word that really shouldn't be. Like it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, I think that you're hitting the nail on the head. I had to really think about that one, yo. That was a good question, man. I think the entrepreneur thing, like I think everyone should try it. I think everyone should find that thing that they're like, oh, like this could be my thing. I think that, I don't want to like touch on like corporate America, but I think there should be more. There should be more small businesses. There should be people taking on their family businesses, and there should be people that have that mindset of, okay, I'm gonna do this myself. I'm gonna put it on my back, and I'm gonna get this bread. Like that's just what it's got to be.
And I think it goes back to just like. Do you want to just be a worker or do you want to take on boss type roles? And unfortunately, this is going to sound harsh, but not everyone is meant to be bosses and not meant to be leaders of a movement, leaders of a type of thing. And that's okay. But it never comes off like it's you're being nice about it or but it's just the truth. Like some people are just not meant to be bosses. And that means it's
all about like what you like find to be
fulfilling,
a reasonable trade-off in fulfilling. Yes, exactly. It's like if you want that security where it's like, oh, like you work this amount of hours and then we'll take care of this, and this, that works for some people. Some people like the idea of the risk, a higher risk, and there being a higher reward. And I think that's kind of what comes with being an entrepreneur.
Yeah. When you're an entrepreneur, like there's no days off. Absolutely none. Like, because you can go on vacation if you're on that type of wave, and if someone hits you up that's important or something important happens, you better be there to make it happen, because that's gonna come. But when you're in a system, it's like this time to this time I do this and I go. It's and it works for different people. Different things work for different people. Exactly. No, exactly. So you just got to be able to find what works for you, man. That's just really what it comes down to. I want to ask you about just you being an artist, man. Through everything that you've been doing so far, what would you say you enjoy the most about being an artist, about putting out music? What would you say?
Performing live.
Yeah.
Performing. I belong on that stage, man. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. Like, I just, I'm like 6'2". I take it up. I got the presence, and I like to turn it on. I like to be the center of attention. Like the feeling of like finishing a song, like, and like getting that last punch, and then like hearing like that last little echo of the beat resonating. That's the same feeling that I get, from as like if I just won a basketball game. And so it's like if I can, just like connect with one person in the crowd, like that, to me, that, like, it sounds kind of corny, but it's like that makes it worth it for me. Yeah. And it's like every single show that I've had so far, like I know for a fact that like I've at least like influenced someone to think a little differently, or at the end of the day, like I was able to make at least one person forget about the bullshit that they had going on at home. Like they were just listening to me rap for that 15 to 30 minutes. And so it's like, if I can do that, multiple times in my life, then I'm doing something. I'm doing something positive, and I'm influencing my community in a way that I find fitting. And, so that's why I'm like, oh, shout out to like all these people, because like I can't do it without the DJs, without the promoters. Like I couldn't do it without
providing
them.
That spot to perform and to be able to express yourself and put yourself out there, man. Yeah, no, performing live is definitely a good answer to that one, man. It's
no doubt.
Like it, it's nothing like watching a performance. There's nothing like being the performer. Just rising to the occasion, man. So definitely performing live is.
If not that, it's getting better. It's when I see my own progress.
Yeah, when you see the progression, like last year I was sounding like this, and this year I'm able to do this. Like I'm actually able to calculate these moves, because sometimes when you're making music, you just do things on accident, and that's cool. But like at some points you want to be calculated, like, I want to do this type of song and do it this way. But that just takes time to practice it, to make sure you can get to that point, to get to that skill.
No doubt.
So it's definitely one of those things, man. When can we expect the mixtape though, man? I know that people are wondering, people are asking, man, what's the word on it?
So I'm thinking we're going to be dropping like 10 songs on all platforms. It's probably going to be right around the end of June. So June's going to be a crazy little month for me. I'm planning on doing a couple more podcasts. I think I got something going on with DJ. I'll see it. I'm going to be going down to Boston. That's going to be awesome. I've been talking to Mega Mass. I don't know if you're familiar. I've been talking with him about, doing a couple events with him. QNC Entertainment, I'm due for another trip, down to Quincy soon. Shout out to them. So it's going to be a crazy summer. I'm going to be debuting all this music, probably with the Good Music Showcase with our seed. Probably going to be doing like all the songs there, but we can expect a solid project. It's going to be like I said, my debut mixtape. So the reason I call it a mixtape is just because I'm not making the instrumentals. I'm not like there for it. It's just kind of me like doing the MC thing. Like I'm rapping and
And it's honestly, man, to be honest with you, it's pretty refreshing to hear someone call their project a mixtape in 2021. Everyone calls their stuff out, it's albums and EPs. Yeah. It's actually pretty dope, man. It actually works out for you to call it a mixtape this time around.
And I'm still thinking about titles. Still thinking about. I just got a background figured out. Okay. So I'll read I got a couple of the titles of the track list.
Yeah.
So we got the side B, the B side is gonna be in order. It goes Puff Puff Pass, Drip Like This, Up, and then it goes Run It, Life's a Bitch, and that's the B side. And all those songs you can see me perform on my IGTV and on the Bars Over Bars YouTube and Twitch pages. I performed all of those.
Yeah.
Right now I'm currently like, the way I'm working it is I want this A side to be like just like my newest stuff. So it's like my B side is like, oh, I've had like 30 songs like made the past like year and a half, whatever quarantine's been. And it's like, all right, I've narrowed it down to like my 5 that are the best when I perform them.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, I'm working on this A side. I have like most of the songs written out. Like I have it mostly written out. One of them is going to be called Oh Man. One of them is going to be called, what was it called? I'm going to call it like Feeling. I'm just going to call it like Feeling.
Yeah.
And I think I got one more. See, this is the thing is this is like the title track. I'm like still playing around with like the title. It's either going to be like Swishing or like Swish. Like the title of this mixtape is going to something to do with Swish.
Yeah.
At first I was like, oh, I'm going to call it Swishing Bricks. But then I was like, that's too close to shitting bricks.
Yeah,
I can't.
I don't want to get misconstrued here.
Nah. Not good for the branding. Nah.
Yeah.
So I'm still thinking about it, but no, the tracks, they're all solid. Like all these tracks, I'm telling you, like every single one has a story behind it.
Yeah, no, that's dope, man. Is there a song in particular that, like, what if you had to choose one song that you're really vibing with, like as of now? Today.
As of right now, see the one that I'm vibing with, I haven't even recorded yet.
Oh, okay.
I have it right here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So this is the one that I'm really vibing with, and I'll just like hit you with the second verse because
go for it, man.
Like just acapella real quick because
not too many acapellas on the podcast.
Some of my best work, and pardon me for not having it memorized.
No, go for it, man. Let's go. Come on.
I'm not even in your league. I'm in between MVP and anti-celibacy. When I get the pussy, it's not an accident. Hop off the mic, I let it breathe. Boy, let me speak. You're underneath me in the grand scheme of things. Gotta practice what you preach. Hey, so I'm balling constantly. Yeah, I fuck before I fall asleep to count sheep while I'm counting green. Some shit you never seen, so you best believe you won't get the best of me. Sheesh, pen and paper dreams. Boy, call me Wolf. Pen and paper dreams. Can you sell the pen? Boy, call me Wolf of Wall Street. Soy sauce for the beef. Gold on my teeth, so you know nothing sweet. Nah, nothing for free. Disagree. Nothing in life except death guaranteed. So that just means that life is an in between. I hit it way hard. You heard a little. I'm
listening to the lyrics, man. I'm listening to the lyrics. I like the lyrics.
When it's on beat, I'm telling you, that shit go.
No. I know that song right there is gonna be something dope, man.
Yeah, no, it will be. The whole tape will be. I'm telling you, like your new favorite song is gonna be on there. Like, if you're a fan of hip hop, like I'm telling you, I've been studying. I've been hitting the books. I've this past quarantine, I've been listening to so much music, like really broadening my spectrum of what I'm ingesting. Yeah. And I really think that I'm kind of bringing some, like I said, I want to kind of almost bring like the 80s, like to the 2020s. Like, I want to bring like that hard, like boom bap sound. And then I want to turn it into trap. The same sounds, turn it into trap. And if I can just match that energy, that's where it's like, okay, I got to be doing something. Like if I'm able to get better, if I'm still developing as an artist, that means that I'm doing something. And if I can, get a couple people to listen, and I can get a couple people to, I don't even know, feel something. That's really like my end goal. Is I just want to make you feel something. I don't care what it is. Yeah. You could be like, this song is garbage. You could be like, you could say that, but you felt something. It made you feel something.
It's better than not thinking anything.
Exactly. I would rather you feel something than nothing. That at the end of the day. Yeah.
Leaving an impact one way or the other, man. And I think
exactly
that's like super dope way to look at it, because some people are gonna like it, some people aren't, some people won't care. That's just the way the world works, man. So that's just the only way you can look at it with the music, though, man. But Josiah, man, we're coming to the end of the episode, man. This is another dope conversation with you, man, on this one. Happy to have you back on once again, man. For real.
Thank you for having me. This has been tight.
Yeah, man. We always can, in due time we can always make it happen again, man. I have no problem with having guests on like multiple times. It ain't a thing to me, man. Where can the people follow you? Where can they reach out? What words you want to leave before we go?
So you can give me the follow at Everyone Loves Josiah. There's no spaces. I'm on Instagram, and that's like the best place to hit me. If you're gonna contact me, that is hit my DM like that. I'm ready to work with everyone. Like I said, I'm trying to bring the community together. Iron sharpens iron. You bought that,
man. You contact, you network. You bought that. So I think
I am. I'm trying to be, at least. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like
don't get fed, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. As far as this music thing goes, I still have I'm so worried about like the making it part that I haven't even made any of my Spotify or my Amazon or any of that title, none of that. I don't have any of that. So Everyone Loves Josiahs on SoundCloud, but I don't even have any music on SoundCloud because I took it all down. So mixtape, end of June, all platforms. Everyone Loves Josiah. Yeah, stay on the lookout for that, no doubt. And if you in the Seacoast area and you want to get some buckets, hit me.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, we got good pickup runs. No doubt. If you in the Seacoast, we got some real good players, from the community college level all the way to D1. Like we got it all. So it's good runs, Yeah, basketball. And oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I'm gonna be on the lookout. I'm gonna be doing a YouTube mini series with one of my buddies. He hit me up. He said he's gonna be filming a mini doc. So you'll actually get to see like the workhorse in action of what this schedule I've been talking about, where I'm like, I wake up, like I do my writing and my meditation, and then it's I go play basketball. We'll be like a 5-part or like a 6-part series, and he's doing it for like a school project. He hit me up. He said, he wants to document this shit. So be on the lookout for that too. Yeah, no doubt. So the YouTube thing's definitely starting soon. Got the mixtape coming soon. Amir Max, thanks for having me, dog.
Hell yeah, man. A lot going on, a lot coming soon. So I'm happy to hear that. Josiah, thank you for being on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's episode 105, y'all. Thank you very much for tuning into this one. Make sure you tune in next week for another episode. All right. Peace out.